We are closely following what is happening, but what he set out, expressing that the war in Ukraine has been a mistake, I think shows clear moving towards having cracks in Kremlin as well, and cracks in the overall line.
На 24 февраля ничего сверхординарного не было. Сейчас уже Министерство обороны пытается обмануть общественность, пытается обмануть президента и рассказать историю о том, что со стороны Украины была безумная агрессия. И они собирались вместе со всем блоком НАТО на нас напасть. Поэтому спецоперация, так называемая 24 февраля, она была начата совершенно по другим причинам.
Well, we always have known that Russia is unpredictable. We have always known that Russia is dangerous, and that hasn't changed. The worrying situation is that Russia attacks its neighbors all the time. What happens inside Russia is not so much our worry, but our worry is how to really cut this historical cycle of aggression that they constantly attack their neighboring countries. To look at the dictator's handbook, how the dictators work, as long as they keep the cronies around him happy, they keep the army and the power structures happy, and eliminate all the alternatives, they stay in power. Now we see the cracks in that picture. So that question is whether that's going to change anything in their ways of dealing with Ukraine. Are the signals strong enough to understand that they have made a mistake? Because the war in Ukraine ends when Russia understands that they have made a mistake and they can't win in Ukraine, and that is the most important thing to us. We are the biggest supporter by in terms of percentage per GDP. Then I always say to my allies that, look to your warehouses, your closets. You must have something, because if we can give, you can give as well. The problem is that we have to do everything in Europe regarding our own defense. We have agreed in NATO in 2014 the defense investment pledge, that everybody invests at least 2% of their GDP to defense in order to be able to defend Europe as a whole. The worrying signs is that not actually many have done that. It's not that 2% has not been fulfilled, and what is worrying is that while the defense expenditure for Russia has increased over 200% over the last years, and for China over 500% over the last years, then for European countries it has actually decreased. So this is a worrying thing. Sometimes I think that what if we had all given the military aid that we are giving now already in January 2022, when Estonia already helped Ukraine and sent the first military aid to Ukraine, as we were seeing that the war is coming, or even in February, March, I think the signal to Russia would have been much stronger to say that you can't win here.
How could this war possibly end, according to your opinion?
It could only end in Ukrainians' victory. So I mean, it would clearly end when Russia realizes it made a mistake and go back to their borders. Of course, we have to understand that it's probably not going to happen very soon. So we are in this for the long haul, but we can't get tired. Why? Because the policy tool like aggression cannot pay off. If it pays off that you invade another country in conflict with the UN Charter that we have all agreed to, you invade another country, you take more territories, and then you walk off with them. So if it pays off, then it is clear signal that the UN Charter does not work, and it's a clear signal to all the aggressors or would-be aggressors in the world that you can do this because you only have the upside. And I think that is very dangerous for the whole world.